Well, today I'm going to get this big S400 turbo on my Cummins. It's a 7.4 107mm compressor on the front, and I lucked out and got this sweet compressor with a 90 on there. And the rear has an 88 7.4 turbine, and right now it has a 1.32 housing on it. So this would be a pretty good turbo for to use as the large turbo in a twin setup. But I thought that'd be too easy, so I got myself a 0.9 housing for the 7.4 turbine. So it's a lot less area inside here, so it's a lot more back pressure, and it should spool the turbo a lot faster, hopefully. And I'll be putting it on there using one of these old second gen manifolds from like a second gen 24 valve truck. I just gave it a coat of paint last night so it didn't look so shitty. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing today, trying to figure out how to get this thing on there. Well, I got the new turbine housing bolted on the turbo, and as you can see I had to use a T3 to T4 adapter to be able to bolt it on here because it's a T4 turbo, obviously. But just check out the size difference between these two housings. Like, wow. Oh, it's heavy. It's hard to hold there. But yeah, so I'm all ready to go now, so I'm just gonna start pulling this thing apart, I guess. As you can see, I got like a drive pressure gauge going on here. I don't think I ever made a video of that. It's pretty interesting, actually. I can see 85 pounds of drive pressure, but this turbo is only making 40 pounds of boost, so not very safe. I'm just working on unbolting all this stuff and getting out of my way, and I'm also considering deleting this battery tray and these relays and just putting them somewhere else because they're kind of in my way. The turbo might not fit, so we'll see. But I wanted to show you my exhaust brake here real quick because there's always a bunch of guys asking me about it. As you can see, it's just a military surplus brake. I paid like $100 for it. And then I tried to clamp it on in the first place, but it just kept leaking on me, so I just fucking welded the thing. Haven't had an issue since. And it came with the Solon, it came with the piston and this bracket and everything, so super good deal. And it also had a little hole in here when I first got it, and it was, the brake worked pretty good, but I welded that hole up and it worked way better. So I want to be able to use the exhaust brake with my new turbo, obviously, because that wouldn't be very fun. Put a big turbo on and then no more exhaust brake. Like, I'm not interested in that. So I just kind of lucked out here. As you can see, that's gonna fit up there, and I found a clamp in my scrap clamp pile down there. And then yeah, that fits on there. No changes, and then I can just use the same downpipe material, just cut it up, change it so it goes a different route. And then yeah, hopefully it all goes together real easy. I just finished getting that stock turbo and manifold out of there. I put it on the table here next to my new one. It's a pretty big difference. And I was surprised, there's still no shaft play on it. It doesn't spin very well though. This one spins way nicer. I got that new manifold and turbine housing in there. As you can see, it's going to be pretty tight. I'm going to put the compressor in here. I might actually have to delete this. It's not a big deal though. And I'm definitely going to have to do a little bit of modifications to my AC line here because it's not going to work very good when it's connected to my turbine housing. So yeah, I'm going to get that turbo in, get the compressor in here now and see how that fits. Well, it only just fit in there. I almost had to take the manifold back off to bolt it all together and put it on as one go because the compressor is hitting on the oil filter here. But it only just fits in there, and yeah, it looks pretty sweet. And the compressor outlet here is like pretty much a straight shot with the intercooler. So that'll be fairly easy to build an intercooler pipe. So I think I'm just gonna try and get my exhaust brake on there now, and hopefully I don't have to modify too much stuff. I'll probably just build a new coolant line anyways because it's kind of dumb looking like that. Well, I got that exhaust brake bolted in there, and as you can see, it's got lots of clearance. It's not hitting on the AC lines at all, and this coolant line has tons of room. And also down underneath here, you can see we got lots of room to build a downpipe and some clearance for that air cylinder on the firewall there. So that sure makes things easy. And I'm just going to work on the oil feed line here next. In the top here, it's just a 1/4 inch NPT. So I got 1/4 inch NPT to 6 AN. That can go in there. And then the stock oil feed comes out of like down there on the side. That's it right here. And I wasn't able to find one of these fittings to 6 AN. So I'm just going to plug that one. And then on the top here, there's a 1/8 NPT port as well. So I'm just going to use that 1/8 NPT to 6 AN right there. And then that's super easy just to build a 6 AN. Oh, now I can just build a 6 AN line from here to here. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. If I'm going to go, I think I'll go down and then around and then up. I'm not sure yet though. So I'll probably start working on that next. I'm just trying to figure out my oil feed line here. I think the best way to do it is just come straight out of here, over and then around back into here. Because I don't want to go like 90 or anything 45 or anything this way, because then I'll be really close to the hot manifold. And I can't really go like just straight this way because I need to have an intake pipe up to an air filter here. So I can't really go this way, and if I tried to go forward, I'd have to go like over and then down and around and then back up. It'd just be ridiculous. So I'm just gonna keep it simple and just go up and over and then around, back around to there. And I can maybe like clamp it down here or something. Well, there's my oil feed. I think that'll work for what I got going on here. I just need enough room to get my coupler on here for my air filter, and I didn't want to get too close to the manifold anywhere either, or have any crazy kinks. But no, it's looking good. That'll work. So now I can start working on that oil drain. I just gotta weld up a little flange to bolt onto the bottom of the turbo right there, and then I'm just gonna run a hose straight to the stock drain port. Just looking at the stock turbo right now, and you can see they just use a piece of 7/8 rubber hose on the drain line there. See, 7/8. So if you get some 10 AN hose, it's also 7/8 inside diameter, and 1/2 inch pipe also fits in there super nice and snug. So I'm just going to build myself a little flange just like this, weld the pipe on there at the angle that I need, and then put the hose on there and then straight into the stock hole. So it should be fairly easy. Oh yeah, I got some light under here, you can see now. See, that's the stock hole, 7/8, like, I don't know, 7/8 rubber hose. And then I just got like a little flange built on there. So now I just gotta weld my pipe up there on the right angle and put the rubber hose in and we'll be done. Well, I got that drain all figured out and connected up, ready to go. Pretty happy with it, that'll work. So then I started working on my charge pipe here. And as you can see, that's super easy to do too. It's just a straight line. It's like 17 inches, 3-inch pipe, and that's it. Because it's a 3-inch outlet on this new compressor, and the stock intercooler is a 3-inch inlet. So yeah, I mean, can't get any simpler than that. And it's a nice straight line. I don't have any weird 90s or weird couplers or anything like that, so it really can't blow off. So it should be pretty good. I'm just trying to salvage some of these 45s and flange for my turbo and stuff. Flip it all around and upside down and try to glue it back together so it works for me on this turbo. Well, there's my new downpipe ready to go. Just kind of cobbled it together with what I had. This is the old flange, and then this piece I just kind of flipped around upside down, and that was the end of the downpipe before that went into the 5-inch. You can see it's all dirty. And then this piece here was like from here, which is the piece that goes over the axle on a stock exhaust. So yeah, I got that all ready to go. Just gotta get it all welded out and probably clean it up a little bit, put some paint on it. And then, oh yeah, just my grid heaters. I figure out where I'm gonna put those now. Probably put them like over here or something now. And then I'm good to go. I just gotta do my air filter and we take it for a rip. I'm just waiting for the paint to dry on my downpipe, so I figured I'd move these grid heaters out of the way. They were over there before, but the turbo's in the way now, so put them here, and then I was able to get enough cable pulled through, and I was able to use the stock cables here. I didn't have to change anything, except for this alternator wire. I'm not sure about it. Once I build a new intake, this might be in the way. I might have to build a longer one, but for now it'll work. And I also put some new gaskets in and got that all tightened down, and put my EGT probe in the back there, right on number 6 as close as I could to the cylinder head. So, good to go now. I just got to, yeah, the downpipe's probably dry now. I can throw that in there and figure out some sort of air filter setup. Then we can drive it. Well, this is what I was using with the stock turbo and the air filter. It's just like a K&N cold air intake, but I just cut the end of it off so I could have the 45, and I put it in here, and then now I got an air filter set up. That's pretty simple. Looks pretty good, should do the job, and I got lots of cold air coming through the front here. That's nice. So yeah, I just gotta put my downpipe back on, and then we can fire this thing up and take it for a rip. A little bit of high temp paint, and the thing looks brand new. You'd never know it's been cut apart like 6 or 7 times. Sounds way different now. launch control still works. That's it for this video. I still got a little more tuning I gotta do to it. I think I can still get it to run like a lot better, I think. But for now, like, it definitely runs good and I'm really happy with it. There's definitely no problem spooling it, and it makes way more power now on this big turbo than it did on the stock turbo. Just because you can push it way harder now because the EGTs don't really get out of control. Like, no matter what I do, I can't even get it to go over 1300 degrees now. It's pretty sweet. So I'm going to keep working on the tuning a little more, get it to spool a little faster, but yeah, overall I'm super happy with it. And yeah, it sounds awesome, it looks awesome under the hood too. And yeah, it's going to be a lot safer for my truck too, because not as much back pressure. So yeah, if you like this video, like the video obviously, and subscribe to my YouTube channel here and comment on it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So check out the view I got going on here.